Hey everyone, Dave with Action Onsite. Today we're going to continue our discussions about COVID, social distancing or physical distancing, whichever you prefer to call it, and what those changes that are coming down from our governments mean. Let's talk a little bit about the coronavirus. Currently, there is no immunization that you can get for that virus. I actually had difficulty saying that word. I don't know why. Um, So the only protection that we really have from the coronavirus is to protect ourselves from getting it. And those same principles are still in play here, even as cities and governments try to reduce our social restrictions. I haven't spoken a lot about the symptoms of coronavirus, and that's largely because that's everywhere in the media these days. So it's pretty commonplace to see it. But I just want to take a second and talk about it really quickly here. The big sign, of course, is fever, 99.6 or higher, loss of sense of smell and taste, uh, chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, the typical flu-like symptoms. The big hallmark for COVID is difficulty breathing. This might be shortness of breath, chest pain, symptoms like that, anything that kind of impedes the respiratory process. That is kind of a big hallmark. It's also important to remember that 2 to 14 days after possible exposure is when those symptoms will be present. So if you feel like you have been exposed to somebody who has coronavirus, it's a 14-day quarantine period. That's why those 2 weeks are so important. We want to make sure that you're not incubating the virus and you're not going to spread it out to someone else. Just because our cities and governments are reducing the social restrictions on us, it's important to remember that the virus is still present and it's still active. Overall, we've done a pretty good job of flattening the curve in most areas, and that just simply means that our infection rate has gone down. It's still very important on you as an individual to protect yourself. How are you going to do that? You're going to maintain the same policies and procedures that we've been doing all along. So you want to maintain your hand washing, you want to maintain your social or physical distancing, you want to try to wear a mask in public. And again, just on the mask, it's important to remember that these are not so much to protect you from getting the virus, they're there to protect other people who might be more vulnerable and help protect the spread. Whenever we talk, the little bits of spit and droplets that come out of our mouth and nose are perfect carriers for the virus and can infect other people without you even knowing it. So the mask is a very, very important piece of equipment for this day and age. How long will we continue to have to use these precautions? That's a great question, and I'll leave that one up to the scientists and to the doctors. It's very important that everyone is able to get back to work safely. We have to return back to production and get things rolling again in this country. The only way that's going to work is if everybody can continue their good policies of hand washing, social distancing, and mask wearing when in public. It's important for everybody's safety, and it's important for the safety and well-being of the community and the country.